We're about to explore 5 powerful habits that completely changed your life. These are real, honest, and deeply transformative habits that I personally adopted into my daily routine. I went through the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the victories, and the changes I experienced were truly remarkable. I'm beyond excited to share them with you because they've had such a profound impact on my life, and I genuinely believe they can do the same for you. Whether you're looking to boost your productivity, enhance your mental well-being, or simply make a meaningful change in your everyday life, these habits can help you get there. Without further ado, let's get started. Habit 1. Waking up early. The first habit that truly transformed my life was waking up early. And let me be completely honest, I was never a morning person. But one day I decided to break the cycle and give waking up early a real shot, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. I started small, setting my alarm for 5 a.m. The first few days, absolutely brutal. I dragged myself out of bed, groggy and questioning my life choices. Was this really worth it? But I pushed through. And by the third day, something incredible happened. I began to love the stillness of the early morning. There's something almost magical about being awake before the rest of the world, when everything is quiet, calm, and undisturbed. For the first time, I had extra hours in my day to focus on me. One of the biggest, most unexpected benefits? My mornings were no longer a frantic, stressful rush. I had time to sit down for a proper breakfast, sip my coffee without feeling pressured, and map out my day with clarity and purpose. That slow, intentional start set the tone for everything that followed. I felt more productive, more organized, and less overwhelmed. Now, I know waking up early isn't for everyone, but I encourage you to give it a try, even just for a week. Start small by setting your alarm 15 minutes earlier than usual, and gradually work your way up. You might be surprised at how much it changes not just your schedule, but your entire mindset. Because waking up early isn't just about having more time. It's about using that time intentionally to create a calmer, more fulfilling start to your day. And that, my friend, makes all the difference. Habit 2, daily exercise. Let's talk about movement. Daily exercise was the second habit that truly transformed my life. But let me be real with you. I wasn't always an active person. In fact, I used to come up with every excuse imaginable to avoid working out. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? One day, I decided enough was enough. I made a commitment to move my body every single day for just 1 week, and the results? Absolutely life-changing. I started small, just 20 minutes a day, alternating between yoga, jogging, and strength training to keep things interesting. The first few days were rough. My muscles ached, I felt drained, and I questioned whether I could stick with it. But I kept reminding myself why I started: to feel better, both physically and mentally. By the 4th day, something amazing happened. I woke up feeling energized. My mood had shifted, I was less irritable, more positive, and far more focused. That's when I realized that those 20 minutes of movement weren't just about burning calories or building strength. They were about me, about giving myself time to recharge, release stress, and flood my body with feel-good endorphins. I vividly remember one crisp morning when I laced up my sneakers and went for a jog. As I ran, the world felt different, clearer, lighter, almost limitless. It was just me, the open road, and my thoughts. That feeling of freedom, of being completely present in the moment, was something I hadn't experienced in a long time. It was empowering. The physical benefits started showing too. My posture improved, I felt stronger, and my endurance increased. But the biggest transformation wasn't in my body, it was in my mindset. And here's the thing. Exercise isn't about perfection or pushing yourself to extremes. It's about finding joy in movement and making it a natural part of your life. So if you're struggling to get started, my advice is simple. Start small. Find something you enjoy, dancing, hiking, a brisk walk, whatever gets you moving. Commit to just a few minutes a day and build up from there. Trust me, the benefits are so worth it. Because this isn't just a habit that changes your body, it changes your entire outlook on life. Habit 3, journaling. I once dismissed journaling as a pastime for those with boundless free time or an innate inclination for introspection. The notion of sitting down to chronicle my thoughts and experiences seemed impractical in the whirlwind of daily life. However, a week-long experiment with consistent journaling completely transformed my perspective. What began as a casual endeavor swiftly evolved into a cornerstone of my personal growth journey. My approach was simple. Each evening before bed, I dedicated a mere 10 minutes to the practice. I acquired a plain notebook and a pen that felt comfortable in my hand, eschewing the allure of sophisticated apps and the pressure to create aesthetically pleasing entries. The focus was solely on the act of self-expression. Initially, I stared at the blank page, unsure of where to begin. I started with the basics, recounting the day's events, identifying sources of joy and frustration. As the days progressed, my entries delved deeper. I explored my goals, confronted my fears, nurtured my dreams, and acknowledged my insecurities. The experience felt akin to an honest conversation with myself, and it was during these introspective dialogues that the true magic unfolded. I began to discern patterns in my thoughts and behaviors. I realized that some of my anxieties were unfounded, while others presented opportunities for proactive action. After a particularly stressful day at work, I journaled about the events that had triggered my stress, analyzing the underlying emotions and considering alternative approaches for future encounters. The simple act of transcribing my thoughts onto paper facilitated emotional processing and restored a sense of control. Another significant benefit of journaling was the ability to track my progress. I meticulously documented small victories and milestones that I might have otherwise overlooked. Reviewing these entries instilled a profound sense of accomplishment and fueled my motivation to continue striving forward. I vividly recall journaling about a daunting presentation, detailing my meticulous preparation and ultimately celebrating the successful outcome. This written record served as a tangible reminder of my growth and resilience. Furthermore, I incorporated a gratitude section into my journaling practice, listing 3 things I was thankful for each day. This seemingly minor habit shifted my focus from perceived deficiencies to an appreciation for the abundance in my life. This subtle yet profound shift imbued my daily mindset with a greater sense of positivity. Through the practice of journaling, I gained profound insights into myself, my desires, fears, strengths, and weaknesses. It became a form of therapeutic self-discovery, unraveling the intricate tapestry of thoughts and emotions that we all carry within. It provided a safe haven for unfiltered self-expression, free from the constraints of judgment. I wholeheartedly encourage anyone who has not yet embraced journaling to embark on this introspective journey. Do not strive for perfection or profound insights. Simply write. Allow your thoughts to flow freely, whether it's a stream of consciousness narrative, a summary of your day, or reflections on a specific event. Embrace the freedom to express whatever occupies your mind. You may be surprised by the clarity, peace, and self-awareness that this practice can bring into your life. Ultimately, the essence of journaling lies not in the specific content of your entries, but in the transformative process of self-reflection itself. Habit 4, mindful eating. Mindful eating was a significant turning point for me. Like many, I used to eat on the go, rarely paying attention to what or how much I was consuming. My meals were often rushed and distracted affairs, eaten while scrolling through my phone or working on my laptop. I was oblivious to the detrimental impact this had on my overall well-being, until I decided to embark on a week-long experiment with mindful eating. Mindful eating emphasizes complete attention to the act of eating and drinking, both internally and externally. It's about savoring each bite, noticing the flavors, textures, and even the sounds of your food. I committed to eating all my meals mindfully. I began by creating a conducive dining environment. I cleared my dining table, set a pleasant place setting, and eliminated all distractions. No phones, TVs, or laptops. Initially, sitting quietly with my meal felt somewhat awkward, but it quickly evolved into a calming ritual. I started each meal with a few deep breaths to center myself and bring my focus to the present moment. By eating slowly and mindfully, I allowed my body sufficient time to signal fullness. This was a significant shift for me. By paying close attention to my hunger and fullness cues, I naturally ate less and felt more satiated. I also began to observe how different foods impacted my well-being. Heavy, processed foods left me feeling sluggish and bloated, while fresh, whole foods provided a surge of energy and lightness. This awareness naturally guided me towards healthier choices without feeling deprived or restricted. Incorporating mindful eating into my life has been a transformative experience. It has fostered a healthier relationship with food, improved my digestion, and enhanced my overall well-being. This is a habit I continue to cherish, and I wholeheartedly recommend it to others. If you're interested in trying mindful eating, start with just one meal a day. Sit down without distractions, take a few deep breaths, and savor each bite. Pay attention to the flavors, textures, and how the food makes you feel. You might be surprised at how this simple practice can revolutionize your entire eating experience. It's a remarkable way to reconnect with your body and truly appreciate the nourishment that food provides. Habit 5. Limiting screen time. We live in a hyper-connected digital world, making it incredibly easy to succumb to hours of mindless scrolling through social media, binge-watching shows, or constantly checking emails. However, I realized that this excessive screen time was taking a significant toll on my mental health, productivity, and even my sleep. I decided to establish boundaries and observe the results. I began by setting a daily limit of 1 hour for non-work screen time. This meant no aimless Instagram scrolling, no marathon YouTube sessions, and no late-night television binges. Initially, it was a struggle. I had become so accustomed to filling every spare moment with screen time that it felt unnatural to abstain. However, I knew this change was necessary. One of the immediate benefits was a newfound sense of time freedom. I was astonished by the amount of time I had unwittingly squandered on screens. With these extra hours, I rediscovered long-neglected hobbies and interests. I picked up a book I had been meaning to read, rekindled my passion for doodling and drawing, and even ventured into the realm of culinary experimentation. One evening, instead of vegging out in front of the TV, I opted for a walk in the park. The fresh air, the sounds of nature, and the simple act of physical movement were incredibly rejuvenating, a stark contrast to the usual screen-induced lethargy. This evening walk quickly became a cherished part of my daily routine, a moment I eagerly anticipated and deeply enjoyed. Another significant improvement was in my sleep quality. Previously, I would bring my phone to bed, scrolling through social media or watching videos until I felt drowsy. This habit often left me feeling wired and restless, leading to poor sleep. By limiting screen time, especially before bed, I found it much easier to unwind and fall asleep. I established a relaxing bedtime routine that excluded screens, incorporating activities like reading a physical book, meditating, or simply reflecting on my day. This shift resulted in deeper, more restful sleep and a significant boost in my overall energy levels. I also observed improvements in my mental health. Free from the constant barrage of news updates, social media comparisons, and digital distractions, I felt less anxious and more present. I was more focused during conversations, more attentive to the people around me, and more engaged in my daily activities. It felt as if a fog had lifted, allowing me to perceive and experience life with greater clarity. Of course, there were moments of temptation and occasional lapses. However, whenever I found myself reaching for my phone out of habit, I gently reminded myself of the positive changes I was experiencing and redirected my focus to more fulfilling activities. Limiting screen time is not about completely eliminating technology from your life. It's about cultivating a healthier balance and making more intentional choices with your time. If you're feeling overwhelmed or disconnected, I encourage you to experiment with setting screen time boundaries. Start small, perhaps by reducing screen time by an hour each day, and gradually increase the duration. Utilize this newfound time to reconnect with yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you. You might be surprised at how much richer and more fulfilling life can be when you step away from the screens and engage more deeply with the real world.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.